I'm gonna come right out and say it. Stardew Valley is the best Harvest Moon game ever. I have a sort of long history with Harvest Moon, but any fan of this series can tell you that it has been going through all sorts of trouble over the past decade. Personally, I fondly remember playing Harvest Moon GBC3 on Game Boy Color and Harvest Moon 64 when I was younger. There was just something about that repetitive nature of the game that I just adored, and I just couldn't stop playing it. And anyway, that's kind of why I've been watching Stardew Valley for the past 4 years or something like that. It's been in development for a long time, but it certainly feels like forever. It's promised to encompass that warm nostalgia from my childhood, and I'm happy to say that it does. It is without a doubt one of the most entertaining games I've played in a long time, and certainly the best Harvest Moon game yet. The short of Stardew Valley is that you're tired with the monotony of everyday life in your office job, and your grandfather leaves you his old beat-up farm to get away from modern life. That's it, no BS, just straight up farming and interacting with a couple dozen people that live in the village. As days go by and you become acclimated to the farm life, you'll discover that there's much more to the village than you initially expected. From the Jojo Corporation trying to intervene and buy out the town, to the mysterious sprites that live in the old community center, there are many unexpected twists and features that open up as you play, and there's also a lot of different ways to play. But at its heart, Stardew Valley is all about your farm. Between the 40 plus seeds and crops that you can buy, harvestable trees, mushrooms, animals, and buildings, you'll have a lot to occupy yourself with. There's also a degree of customizability with different pathways and fences, scarecrows and greenhouses, all of which make your farm look and feel professional. And pro tip, if you ever play this game, for the love of God, please buy sprinklers or upgrade your watering can, or else you'll end up spending half the day watering plants like me. You might be thinking that this premise seems kind of like a casual game, but I can tell you that this is by no means simple. It requires some micromanagement and planning to effectively go about your farm. You might want to save up for a barn, but there are also a ton of other expenses, such as upgrading your tools, gifts for potential soulmates, animals, and of course buying seeds and things to sell. And that's if you can find enough time in the day. I kind of have a pattern to playing games like this. I find one person and I shower them with affection and gifts, and then this thing called the Flower Dance Festival comes, and I ask them to dance, and they say, "No? You don't want to dance with me? Fine, I'll go dance with Leia. She's prettier than you anyway." But she's also very rude. Back to Penny it is. Plus, Penny seems to love my pancakes, but then again, I make some pretty banging pancakes, so that's not really a huge surprise. But seriously, there are plenty of potential soulmates in this town, and from what I've experienced, they're all fleshed out with distinct personalities. Take my future lover Penny, for example. She's a teacher for 2 kids in town, and she is just an absolute sweetheart. At night, you'll find most of the town in a local bar, but not Penny. It's not because she's stuck up or anything, but it's because of her alcoholic mother. There are some issues like this relating to really serious matters, and it's refreshing to see them handled in a game like this where you can have a positive impact. Not only that, but the writing is actually pretty decent, and the villagers are interesting to talk to. Like this guy, his name's Alex. He just cracks me up every single time I talk to him. He's always so macho and a total bro, and I go and I talk to him, and he says he's gonna do 200 push-ups, and he always mentions how he was an all-star player in his high school football team. I'd actually like to see his character arc because he's in for a rude awakening when he realizes high school doesn't matter at all. There's another character that cracks me up, and her name is Haley, and when I spoke to her one time, she asked if there were grass stains on my pants, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a farmer, and she's like, well, I'm allergic to grass. I'm like, oh geez, this girl. Honestly, I don't find much at fault with Stardew Valley. It's as close to a Harvest Moon type game as you can get, and there's just an insane amount of content. I've played it for well over 30 hours as of this video, and I'm still not even in summer of year 2, and there's plenty of things for me to do. It's just a really addicting game. It's a time sink with loads of content to unlock and secrets to discover. I won't spoil any of it for you, but sometimes it's just like, what? What's happening, and why did a witch just fly over my chicken coop? Or what's that at the bottom of the mines? I'm at level 95 right now, and I have no idea how many more levels there are, but I'm betting there's several dozen. There's just so much mystery and intrigue around town, and it's great to actually unlock the secrets of the valley, or the star drop fruits, which are equivalent of power berries from Harvest Moon. Fun fact, that apparently they taste like tacos. Point is, Stardew Valley is just a wonderful game, and there's a ton of stuff to look forward to as well. ConcernedApe, the developer, is pumping out patches to fix the little bugs people are submitting, and will work on new content and a multiplayer mode next. If you're totally a fan of games like this, I highly recommend it. It's available on Steam for $15. Thank you for watching, everyone. My name is Game Taco. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment if you have any questions.